I am so excited for all of you to hear from Lisa Fuller today. She is one of my favorites. She's definitely a sideline, but she is one of my favorite people to learn from, and she has an amazing team that I continuously am learning from. So I'm excited for her to bring the fire today. So Lisa, I'm going to go ahead and mute out, and it is all you, sister.
Okay. Sounds like a plan. Hey guys, happy Monday. It is, I cannot wait till the time change. Oh my gosh. For a lot of you the guys, that might not be that big of a deal, but for me it's huge. 1 hour difference is so huge because right now I'm 3 hours from the East Coast, so I miss like Monday morning or Monday, Wednesday, and Friday morning Zooms because it's like 4 a.m. here, but it'll be 5. Woo! So super excited just to share with you guys today. I don't know if you guys were on the GOAT training 2 Saturdays ago that I was on with Chastity and Jamie Lindbergh and Kendra Morse. It was super good. But if you did not catch that, I'm going to go over a couple things I did on that. And the reason I'm going to go over it is because maybe you did catch it, but you're just not doing what I told you to do. And I am going to highly suggest that you do it, because I just did a contest with my team. And some of my team is on here and they can even say in the chat that took place in that contest. And out of like 250 people that are in this contest, we just got over, it was a 25-day push. And in this push, I taught them a bunch of things. And in that push, at the very end, I had a survey filled out asking how many of them signed up their very first customers, promoters, and or both, that have been in 6 months, a year, 2 years, and 3 years, that have never signed anyone before. And 146 people signed their first customers and promoters ever during that 25 days. So what I share that with you because it works. What I'm about to teach you works if you do it, but you have to do it. And you know what? And everything worth having in life takes time. Success takes time. Businesses take time to grow, but it's also going to take time. The steps to get there are going to take time to do too. You just have to be willing to put in the work and the effort. And really, what I have found over the last 10 years is when I watch somebody not growing in their business, it's usually because they're spending their time in the wrong places. So they think they're doing income producing activities, but they're really not. And that's where, you're on the Zooms, you get on them, you participate, you are posting on Facebook 3 times a day, 4 times a day. You're working in groups, you're adding new people, you feel like you're doing all the right things, but yet you don't seem to be getting anywhere. Why aren't you getting anywhere? And it's frustrating, right? It's like, why am I like Thriver of the Year? I wear 10 patches a day, but I can't get a single person to thrive with me. Why does everybody I know think this is too expensive? Why does everybody I know not want to join me, right? And it's like frustrating. I get why people after a year, 2 years, 3 years would be wanting to throw in the towel because they haven't thrived for free yet. At the end of the day, though, it is always something that you're not doing, okay? And so what I have found over the last 10 years is what people aren't doing usually is growing their network in the right network. A lot of people come in, they have a Facebook page, they have a certain amount of people on it, and they for some reason think that if they post enough and they say the right words, that these same people that they've been posting to now for 3 years are going to finally jump on board. Guys, most of the people that are going to join you from your immediate friends, family, acquaintances that you started with Lavelle, most of those people, if they were going to join you, they're going to join you, right? Yeah, you might have some trickle in later, but it's not going to be your friends and family that get you to 12K, 40K, 80K, 200K. I don't know I don't know any 200Ks that got there just based off their friends and family. They had to reach outside of that bubble and grow their network. The problem is that even if you're growing your network, so what I've run into and what happened with a lot of people on my team is they were growing their network. However, even though they were growing it, none of those people were seeing any of their posts. Facebook algorithm was being like, I'm just going to show Thrivers your stuff. So really what you need to do, and this is going to be so it's going to be time consuming, but it's going to change your algorithm in a matter of hours. But it will be time consuming, but you'll start to notice a difference in your business immediately. And the first thing you've got to do is get out of groups you're in. Okay, so go over the next week. And if you're like me, holy crap, I had no idea I was added to so many dang groups. Like I was added to 20,000 pampered chef groups. People add you to things that you don't ask to be added to, right? I was in like 1900 Lululemon, whatever, the leggings group. I was like, okay. But I was also in a lot of groups from my old company that I don't use anymore. Just tons of groups that I was in. So go clean that up because it's going to help your algorithm. That's one of the things. The other thing that's going to help your algorithm is clean up your friends list. And that means anybody waiting to be your friend, especially those of you guys that are at 5,000 friends, don't let people sit waiting. Either deny them or accept them, but don't let them sit in that box or that hurts your algorithm too. Those are just little teeny things. But the biggest thing that's going to help your algorithm is you need to go through and clean up your Facebook friends list. That's going to help it immediately. But then after that, you've got to follow the 80-20 rule. And I'll explain what that is in a minute. So what I would suggest you do is for the next 26 days, every day go through a letter of the alphabet. For some of you, this might take 4 hours to do A's. And for some of you, it may take 2 minutes. And that's going to tell you a lot too. That's going to tell you, look, if I just got through my A's in 30 minutes, this could be possibly why, because A is one of the most biggest alphabet letters. Like a lot of people have A names last or first. So if it takes you a very short time to get through your A's, it means you don't have a lot of friends on Facebook, and it means it could be one of the reasons why your business isn't growing, because you just don't have a lot of potential. So that's going to tell you a lot going through the alphabet. But just like Michelle said, she was in my challenge. It'll be so worth it. Just going through A's and B's the first 2 days we did this in this challenge, everybody was like, oh my God, this is crazy. Lisa, I used to get 20 likes on my videos and now I'm getting 4,000 views. It was crazy. Like in my stories, I would get 20 people looking at my stories. Now I'm getting 100. I was getting, 5 people liking a post and now I'm getting 35. Like there was a huge difference in everyone, no matter who it was, whoever did it, there was a huge difference in their interaction on Facebook. And so what you want to do is this though, there's a way to do this. You're going to start with the first A. Now, if you guys are on your phone and you click on your friends on your main page, it should be in alphabetical order. Now, some people said it's not for them, but it is for me. It's like starting with all the first names that starts with A's. It doesn't matter how you do it. Somehow do this. But start with the A's and have a method, because you don't want to be repeating people or wasting your time. So know if you're going to go with first name or last name. I think for me, it ends up being first name when I click on my friends list on my phone. Now, some people say they don't see it that way. I don't know, but they have found a way to do it. I don't know if y'all want to share in the comments how you found your way to do it. But start with the A's. Today, go through all your A's. And what you're going to do is you're going to click on a person and you're going to go, are they a thriver? If they are a thriver and they are on your immediate downline or someone that you want to follow upline, keep them. If not, you've got to get rid of them. This is not to be mean. Go follow them. That's why we have a follow button. But do not be friends with that thriver, because we've got to get your Facebook 80-20. I need 80% of your friends, A through Z, to be non-thrivers. Okay. The problem with a lot of you guys is not only is most of your Facebook thrivers because you've accepted everybody, but it's mostly the people you're interacting with. And I'll get to that in a minute. So number one, go through your A's, right? And you're going to go to that person's page. And if they are a thriver and not on your immediate team, not someone you need to shout out or tag and things, and they are not in your immediate upline, or someone in the company that inspires you. I'm friends with other people in the company that I really want to see their stuff because I love it. Their content's great. They inspire me, just like, Susan and just like Natasha. Like, I'm not going to erase them, but there's some people that I'm like, okay, this person, I don't need to be their friend. Like, they're a thriver. So boom, unfriend right away. Now, if they're not a thriver, what you need to decide to do is, do I keep them or do I let them go? Okay. First of all, when's the last time they posted on their Facebook page? 2015? Okay, unfriend. Okay, that is somebody taking up a friend spot that is no longer active on Facebook. Or maybe all they do was post cat videos all day. Unfriend. Like, maybe they're just not somebody that you want to be friends with anymore. You're scrolling through their Facebook and everything's an F-bomb and they're smoking a joint in one picture. I don't know. Maybe they're just not your jam. Unfriend. But if they are somebody you want to reconnect with, if they are somebody that is no longer that is not thriving, and customers, you want to keep your customers too. Somebody will ask me that. I know they will. Maybe they are somebody that you want to reconnect with. What I look for when I'm looking through my friends list is I'm looking, do they post daily? Is their page public? Do they have more than 200 friends? And do they seem to get a lot of interactions on their post? Like when they post something, do they get a lot of likes? Do they get quite a few comments? Do people seem to know, like, and trust them? Okay, I like it. And there's somebody I want to reconnect with. Then I'm going to take a notebook, however you want to do it. I do it with a notebook. I'm going to write their name down. Boom. Then my first A that I just written down, that is my first prospect. That's my first person that I need to start building a relationship with. Then I go to the next A and I do that same exact thing. Keep them or don't keep them. Unfriend, and if I keep them, they go on the list. They go on the list, okay? I do my A's today. Tomorrow I do my B's, C's, all the way through. Do a letter a day for the next 26 days. You don't want to do it all at once because we're tricking Facebook. Facebook algorithm is what we're kind of doing. And Facebook is going to start showing, as you're slowly going through the alphabet, go through your A's today, you're going to see an influx. You're already going to see a difference. All of you, every single one of you will see something different happening. You're going to go, what is going on? I just did a Facebook Live and I got 100 people watching it when I usually only get 20. Like, you're going to see a difference already. Okay. But you want to go through it slowly. If you go through it all at once, then you're not going to shock the algorithm as much. I want you to be able to stretch this out. So do a letter a day. The first 2 days are going to be huge. A's, just going through A's and B's, you're going to be like, what is going on? And what you're going to end up with after you go through is your list of prospects. What you're going to end up with is people, okay? You're going to end up with people that you need to reconnect with. These are people you decided to keep. These are people that you decided to reconnect with. These are your people that every single day when you get up in the morning, you should be interacting with them, not other thrivers. I get that you're tagged in things. I get that let me give you an example. Flex Friday. Flex Friday hurts your algorithm, okay? Because what happens on Fridays, and you're going to notice, you'll see what I'm talking about. On Fridays, let's say you make a Flex Friday post, and in that Flex Friday post, you tag 20 thrivers, and then all these thrivers start posting. You will notice on Fridays that you don't get as many likes and interactions on your posts. You're going to also notice on you'll notice a big difference between the other days of the week. That's okay though. I'm not saying don't do Flex Friday. What I'm trying to show you is how quickly the algorithm can change, but you can change it back the very next day by just making sure that you're following the 80-20 rule. The 80-20 rule states that you've got to be interacting with more thrivers. 80% of the people you interact with every day need to be non-thrivers. So a way to gauge this, every single week, a couple times a week, I do an opinion and poll post on my Facebook page. Now, I try to make it genuine and unique. Don't do what nail design should I get? Are you going to get a bunch of people? Sure, but you're going to get a bunch of thrivers too. You want to see who's seeing your post. So do something genuine, like, hey guys, there's a stain in my pillowcase. I have tried 50 things to get it out. What you guys got any ideas how I can remove this? You're going to get a bunch of people commenting, oh my God, you can remove it with this, this, this. After a day goes by, and make sure you're interacting. After a day goes by, you're going to want to go back to that post and you're going to say, are 80% of the people that commented and gave me tips and hearts and likes, are 80% of those people non-thrivers? If they are, you are on the right track. You are moving in the right direction. Okay, the right people are starting to see your stuff. If not, then you got work to do. It's going to tell you a lot about what's going on. Because if you're making a post that has nothing to do with Thrive, and you're getting only thrivers interacting on it, we've got a lot of work to do with your algorithm. We've got a lot of work to do with your interaction. So one of the things I think when in the survey that I asked everybody, I said, what was the most helpful thing? They said going through my alphabet, but also power pushes. If you guys don't know what that is, it's something that I really learned from Summer Love Romero. She's on my team, and she said, before you make a post, really about anything, you would do a power push before and after that post, whether that's 30 minutes to an hour, 30 to 45 minutes before and after that post. Power push is you going to your list of people that are prospects, not thrivers, and interacting and commenting and liking and getting in their inbox. However, for 30 to 45 minutes before you're about to make a post that you want people to see. So let's say I'm about to go to bed tonight and I want to make a post about rest. Oh my gosh, you guys, I cannot get to sleep. Thank God for this gel stuff. It's been a lifesaver for me and my daughter. Like, I cannot believe the difference. No more Tylenol PM for me. Maybe that's what I posted. I don't know. And I want people to see that. 45 minutes before I make that post, or 30 minutes, I'm going to do a power push. I'm going to pull out my list of people that I'm working on, my prospect list, and I'm going to go interact. And you can even see who's on Facebook at that time. You can even see who's on Facebook at that time. And you can kind of interact with anybody that's not in Lavelle or Thrive, because those are the people that are going to see your post, right? The power pushers are making anybody you're interacting with, that post pop up in their feed, because Facebook algorithm says these people that Lisa's interacting with want to see her stuff, and they're interacting with her, so they want to see her stuff and she wants to see their stuff. So power pushes are great before you go make any kind of posts. It's really, you're going to see a huge difference in your Facebook videos. If you're about to go live, do a power push 30 minutes before, 30 minutes after, only with non-thrivers. And then, you know, the next step is, now that I have this list, how do I do this? Well, you know, like I was telling somebody the other day, you've got to get a method to your madness, because if you start with the A's, and let's say you're going to go 30 people a day, let's say 30 people a day, you start at the top of your A's and you're going to go through the first 30 people, you're going to go to their page every day, and you're going to like a post, comment on a post, heart a post, and get in some of these people's inboxes with a genuine connection. Like, let's say they made a post that sticks out to you and you want to be in their face. That's where the real relationship is created, is in Messenger. Not in the timeline's fine. That's where they're going to get to kind of start to know you. But if you want to get them to like you and trust you, you've got to get in Messenger. And it could be about anything. I loved your post today. It really, you know, touched my heart. Where did you get that purse in your picture? Like, don't put it in their timeline. Get in their inbox. That's where relationships are created. So let's say that you're going to do 30 a day. That's your number. 30 people every day, morning, night, middle of the day. I'm going to go to their page, like, comment, interact. If you've got 5,000 friends, you're going to have a notebook full of names and names and names that you've got the picture, okay? And names and names and names. You're going to have notebooks full of names. So if I start with my A's and I do the 15, and then the next day I do 15, and then the next day I do 15, by the time I get back up to these 15 A's, it's going to be like 2 months later. So how am I? Let me ask you a question. In real life, if someone's your friend and you don't talk to them for 2 months, aren't they going to be mad at you? Are they going to really consider you a friend? Are they going to feel kind of like, dang, does Lisa like me anymore? She hasn't talked to me in 2 months. That's not building a relationship. So you've got to find a method to your madness. So the first time around, I'm going to go through my first 30 A's, and I'm going to go, who in those first 30 A's is getting back to me? Who am I looking like I could really build a relationship? Ooh, one of them just made a post about they can't sleep at night. That's somebody I need to start building a relationship with. So I'm going to start moving people over to kind of my hot list of, okay, this one I've got to reach out to every day. These people I can get back to in a month. But these people I really want to start connecting with. So you've got to start moving people over to like a hot list of people. And you'll figure that out. You know, you'll find a method to your madness. But here's the other thing. The people that you came in with, the people that you're already friends with, your A through Z's, most of them haven't been seeing your posts about Lavelle. In fact, most of them don't even know what you do. But now that you finally have tricked your algorithm and you're going to start interacting with only people on this list instead of all these thrivers, what's going to happen is they're going to start seeing your posts. They're going to start learning what you do. However, you most of the people you know, like I said before, are not going to be the one that changes your business. They're not going to be the one that get you to 200K. So what you need to do is get into Facebook groups. Facebook groups is huge. And this is the other thing, that if you were in my challenge and you were one of the people that I said in my survey, tell me what changed your business the most. The second biggest thing they said after power pushes in the alphabet was getting in Facebook groups and making a post the correct way in order to get interaction or in order to meet new friends and develop relationships. So don't get in 50 billion groups. If you guys have heard, you were on the GOAT training, think of 5 things that make you. 5 things you're going to start branding yourself around. And that doesn't mean you can't brand yourself around 50 other things, but there's going to be 5 main things that you're going to kind of keep in your stories and on your Facebook page that you're going to start branding yourself around. And you want to not just make them, I'm a mom of a daughter. Everybody's the mom of a daughter. And if you go get into a mom of a daughter group on Facebook, there's probably going to be other thrivers. You want to be specific. So I'm a mom of a daughter who's dyslexic. That's something specific. I'm a mom of a daughter who is in track and field. I'm a mom of a daughter who is gifted, whatever. Like, I'm a mom of a daughter that loves unicorns. I don't know. Just be specific, because I promise you there's probably a group on it. But it's when you're more specific that you're going to start getting in these groups, and you won't have to worry about other thrivers being in there. At least you have to mention something about bowling. Funny, Emily. I don't know why I always go to bowling and I'm not a bowler. Very funny. So long story short, pick one group. Once you get your 5 things that make you, I always say, Stacy Weisenberger says, what's something that keeps you up at night? What's something that gets you up in the morning? And what's something that lights your soul on fire? Like, when you think about it, like, those are things that make you. So it could be simple, small things like I love tacos to I love Disney. I collect unicorns. Okay, maybe that's something you're going to post about all the time on Facebook. Or it could be more serious things like a lot of people know me, I'm with domestic violence and narcissistic abuse and all that. Or anxiety and depression, like that's my serious things. And then I've got, I love my funny memes and jokes, and people know they're going to laugh if they come to my page, but they also know I'm going to be inspirational. Like they also know I love hats. Like, people always send me hats in the mail. I'm like the hat girl. People know I don't shower, so it's always a joke. So, fun stuff like that. Who are you? People expect to see that stuff, and they expect to know you. That's how people get to know, like, and trust you. But I want you to, after you, sure. Why do you do this right when I get on here? Love having a new puppy. Those 5 things that make you. Pick one of them. Don't go join 50 groups. This is where you're getting in trouble with the algorithm again. One group. Do you guys know how long you can work one group? I would get in 1, 2 if you're like, I don't even think there's a need for that. I would get in 1. And in that group, I would look before you enter that group. Does that group have at least over 300 to 500 people in it? Perfect. Okay. 300 to 500 is what I like to join. Sometimes they have 1,500, 3,000, but I don't join groups with like 100 people or less, because I'm going to go through that group so quickly. And sometimes those work. I've been added to one before where you can build relationships quicker, but it really doesn't matter. What matters is the interaction in the groups. So you're going to get in the group once they accept you, and you're going to make a post the second they accept you. And it is going to be an introduction post about who you are. I'll give you an example. Oh my gosh, you guys. Hey, my name is Lisa. Thank you so much for letting me be part of your group. I can't wait to get to know everybody better. I know y'all are hikers. I'm an avid hiker. I live in Arizona. My favorite mountain I hiked was Superstition Springs. And tell a little bit about yourself. I have 2 doggies, 3 kids. I'm a 40-something single, looking to mingle, whatever. Like, just be you, be fun, bring a little bit of who you are to the post, introduce yourself, also talk about what the group is you join a little bit, and then leave with an open-ended question. So tell me, I can't wait to get to know you all better. In the meantime, I'm going to be doing some traveling over the next few months. Where do you live and what's your favorite hike? I'm ending it with a question, so people in that group are going to want to give their opinion. People love to give their opinion, and they're going to say, hey, I'm Brittany, I'm from Oklahoma, and my favorite mountain was blah, blah, blah. This is where I hike. Whatever. People in that group are going to answer your question, right? Because you joined a group about hiking, you're asking a question about hiking, you left an open-ended question, and you're letting them get to know you. You're already a presence in that group. You're going to be able to probably work that post. It's funny because I had everybody join one group in the 25-day push I did. And in that one group, some of them were still working their first post 3 weeks later. When we were ending the group, there were still people working the first post they made, still adding friends, still, it was crazy. So it can be very good for you. And then you're going to get in a group and you're going to, let that post ride out, interact with those people. Anybody commenting, comment back with them, keep that post going for a couple days, because we all know what happens to a post that's active. It pops back up to the feed, top of the feed. So that post could go for a while, but what you're going to do about 24 to 48 hours later is you're going to start clicking on the people that commented on that post, and you're going to go to their page and you're going to go, do I want to be friends with this person? Do they got a lot of people that they're friends with? Do a lot of people seem to comment on their posts, and is their post page public? Do they have a lot of friends? Do they seem to already have people that know, like, and trust them? As I scroll through, do I think this is somebody that I could connect with on a deeper level, or somebody I would want on my team? If the answer is yes, send them a friend request. It's that simple, guys. It's this simple. Add them to your list, right? Now you got to add them to your list. Now the cool thing is once you guys go through your A through Z's on Facebook, you're never going to have to do it again. Because as long as you find a way to keep up, whether that's through birthdays, if you do birthdays every day, within 365 days, you're going to be through your whole friends list again. But now that you've got it actually cleaned, and then what you've got to do is gauge. So be doing your gauging once a week. How do you gauge if you're doing the 80-20 rule, and if 80% of people that need to be seeing your posts are seeing your posts, so that you don't start going off on left field again, and the algorithm switches back to you only showing Thrivers your stuff. So 3 ways to check that. Again, the opinion and poll post you do twice a week. Check that. 24 hours later, 80% of people aren't Thrivers. You're on the right track. Look at through your feed. So if I log onto Facebook first thing in the morning and I start scrolling through, your feed, who's posting, if all you're seeing is Thrivers posts, not looking good for you. Okay? Got to switch that algorithm. Got to trick it that day. What do you do by tricking it? Pull out your list of names, start going to all those people's pages. More the merrier, right? The less interacting you do with Thrivers, the more interacting you do with people that are non-Thrivers, the better your Facebook's going to get. And what's also going to happen is another way to check is through your stories, right? So go to your stories and go to your actual Facebook post and look at the likes and comments. Again, if 80, if you had 100 comments and 80 of those hundreds are Thrivers, not good. If 100 people viewed your stories and 75 were Thrivers, not good. Okay? Got to trick the algorithm. As soon as you get everything 80%, what's going to happen is you're going to see a significant change in your business. Now, this isn't going to happen overnight for you guys. The switch in your algorithm can happen overnight. Oh, you'll absolutely start seeing a difference in the content and who's commenting on your posts, your stories, your feed. You're going to start seeing a difference in all that. But here's the thing is you're not going to start seeing a difference in your business for a minute. Because if this is the first time you're starting to do the right things, now you've got to build the relationships. Building relationships takes some time. There's so much more to this. This is a 30-minute training. I tried to fit in as much as I could. There's so many more things I could teach you, obviously. But at the end of the day, this is going to get you started. And this is going to get you on the right track. And just taking these very few little things that I've taught you, you're going to start seeing a difference. Now take that and make sure that you are being smart and being consistent. And I promise you, if you do that over the next 3 months, when we hit our biggest months in this business that we're ever going to see, January, February, March, April, and May, you are going to be signing people. Your whole business is going to go, what the hell just happened? You're going to be like, what just went wrong? Like, because you got consistent. Now, for some of you, if you've previously been consistent and you have a good rapport with people and you're tricking the algorithm, you're going to start seeing customers and promoters quicker. You're going to start seeing an up in your signing of customers and promoters really quick. I had a lot of people see it. Oh my God, this is crazy. I'm starting to sign customers and promoters again. However, there's a lot of you that you just haven't been consistent or you haven't been doing the right things. And now that you're going to start, now you've got to be consistent for about 3 to 6 months to start seeing. You're going to start seeing things, don't get me wrong. And you're going to start slowly signing people. But to really start seeing it monthly, where you're consistently signing new customers and promoters, you've got to give this about 6 months of consistency and making sure you're doing it to see the results. So that's my 30 minutes. I cannot believe I stuck to it. I mean, like I said, I could go on and on and on and give you some more tips, but at the end of the day, this is 30 minutes. So I'm sticking to it today.
Y'all, that was like so much information. Lisa, let's check the chat real quick, make sure we haven't missed anything. But
Okay.
if there is ever a time you think you don't have enough leads, like that right there will keep you busy for months. I just started with the first letter while she was talking. Yeah. Oh, and I did cover the group thing today in my working Zoom this morning, as I think Kayla has talked about it too. And I work 2 groups, an Aggie group and a Golden Retriever group. I'm always in there. I'm still fearful about friending people. I got to get over it. But when I pulled up the groups, I absolutely could not believe how many groups I was in, that I'm like, when did this happen? So that'll be my first thing today, is to get out of all that. By the way, when your dog started barking, my Golden Retriever went crazy and it's loud. So, so guys, that was amazing info. And just like Lisa Fuller going through the whole comp plan, if you've never watched that Zoom, you probably need to watch it 3 or 4 times to realize how many times how we get paid, because it's freaking genius. This is too, Lisa. I love this today. So thank you.
Yay. Okay, good. I hope it helps you guys. All I know is that I've done freaking so many pushes in 10 years and so many challenges and so many contests, and they've all been good, don't get me wrong, but I've never had one. And I've even had people that have been in 3 or 4 of my other challenges and contests, and they're like, Lisa, all of them are good, but this one I'm actually seeing crazy results right away. Like, I'm seeing things happen now and it's changing their business immediately. So this stuff works. Like, it's not just me saying it. Talk to 147 other people that signed their first customers, their first promoters. 42 people are thriving for free for the first time ever. I mean, this is awesome. It works. So y'all do it and just trust the process. And I promise you, it'll work. It will work for you.
Thank you so much. All right, everybody, we'll have the recording up soon. Save it, use it, share it with your teams. Have a great day, Lisa. Thank you so much.
Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.